I remember I came up with that song back in 2016. Oh man, that was back when I was in my early 20s. Happy, lots of energy, good times, good vibes. When I look back at what life and the culture was like, and especially society in 2016, everything was just getting from like the dark cloud and the cold shade. Then, like, all the cold, wet, rainy weather started to evaporate, and the sun comes up, and it just feels like whatever was dark and dead came back to life. Like, you just imagine meadows and skies, like, everything's just come to life. And just the year of 2016, I went from being a fat and ugly alcoholic to this lean and slim fit guitar guy dedicated to his guitar, his life, and his fitness. And every day I'd wake up, grab a beverage, come home, jam the guitar for an hour or two. Then once 10 a.m. hits, I go straight to the gym. Then I start my shift, come home, repeat. I was dedicated, had a schedule. And I remember like women were coming on to me all the time, and they were coming on to me all the time while I was at work, always flirting me, hitting on me. And whenever I played guitar, like it was so fascinating to everyone. Everyone was proud and happy that I learned an instrument and took the time to learn it, and they were so fascinated. Always wanted to have like interviews on how I played or what I did to get out of my comfort zone. And I was like the star everywhere I go. And I was just doing me. Like, I realized what I wanted in my life, and I realized what I didn't want. And I realized what I liked and I didn't like. I stayed focused and positive on things I wanted. But off topic. So I look back at what life was like in 2016, early on until 2020. Like the culture and the life and society was so different. It felt like it was starting to have color. And there was innovation, choices. The shitty areas in my hometown were getting better. Everything was affordable at the same time with all this innovation and growth. And it was just it like I said in the intro, it just felt like that dark cloud and the dead environment and all the wet just started to evaporate and just came to life. Like it just felt like whatever was dead was refertilized and had life come back. But looking back at that timeline, and I look now, and it just seems like a satanic farm. Like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, the fact that we have went from that to this, people just immediately complying and just settling for this terrible environment. Everyone just seems like they want to hate on each other. Everyone's unhappy with some, but they don't do anything about it. People have TikTok brain from scrolling hours after hours of mindless short videos and have a short attention span to where they can't stay focused for more than 90 seconds or a few minutes at tops. They say all these like disrespectful high school childish behaviors on social media. It blows up your phone. they will laugh, they mock, and they make fun of you as if it's in high school. And I read these comments, I read these emojis, I read these things people say, and I look at it and I'm like, dude, are you like fucking 15 or something? Like I feel as if every time I read them, they're brain damaged. But it really brings a tear to my eye to see this country, the people, and the society, and all those around me submit to this terrible process and system. Like, it really brings a tear to my eye to watch this country go to a dumpster fire and seeing all these people just kind of seem like they're sick and they're sheeple and do whatever the government says. Much like you see in third world countries. Like, just California, New York, and even parts of Florida alone, they have like all these rules, all these liberal things, unconstitutional rules. And the terrible homeless situation all around you, with people like me sleeping in their cars, motel hopping, having tents on the streets, taking shits on sidewalks, higher cost of living, higher cost of groceries with lower quality and limited choices. No colors to everything, no cool and fun, unique ads that they had like in the 2000s and the 90s. The flavor to everything has been bitter, quality's gone down, the prices to everything have skyrocketed. There used to be 30 things to choose from, but now there's like one or two. Like, when I look back at what my hometown was like in my high school years, I was able to ride a bike down the hill to the street, to the town, head to a gas station, seeing like one of 30 things to choose from. And everywhere I go, there's choices, colors, and happy people having time and money, affordable housing, being able to find a place to rent at a small apartment for minimum wage or even less, being able to have some independence with choices and all these job opportunities and all these cool choices and varieties and people being happy and all these things. I look today, that's not a thing anymore. When I talk about how like my city of Cincinnati has become a dying city after 2020 compared to Florida, people just laugh at me and act like they don't know what I'm talking about, and it blows up my phone every time I open it. And I'm like, well, who knows about the city more? Someone who's been there for 10 years and plays guitar there like every single Friday and Saturday night? Or strangers online with TikTok brain acting like they're in high school when they write comments? I mean, really? Like, we are living in quite some bizarre times right now. And it's really, really sad. Like, it just seems like all the joy, the happiness, and it's hard to get back to that little rhythm and vibe because of just how dead everything seems. It's really hard to I look back at that timeline and I look today and I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get why this is our reality compared to what it was like 5 years ago. Like 2019, we had some of the best economy in decades. And everybody's lives and jobs were getting better, more opportunities. affordable living, better jobs, more innovation. Other countries around the world starting to get happier too. It overall just felt like everything was coming back to life everywhere. And then COVID hit, and now we're in this situation. But the thing is, that was 4 years ago, and people are still like complying to this terrible system. This is how TikTok got its name. You sit on your phone and waste away watching stupid videos where it's the same thing over and over and over and over and over. It affects your brain to where you cannot focus for more than 90 seconds, and after 5 minutes you'll be bored and lose interest. It damages your brain. That's why it's called TikTok.